Taylor. Motion Whalen back to the right. Luck to run, and he is stopped at the 3-yard line. Myron Beck, the senior linebacker from Seattle, made the hit.
Chris Ball's defense, they came fired up. All season long, they've gotten better and better every single week, and they play with incredible passion, great enthusiasm, and they're very young. And when they do that, he said, sometimes they make mistakes, but when they do make them, they play full out. Incredible. Down the field, some turnovers, get a couple pass interference calls. They need to make some things a little easier on their offense.
Toole has been sacked 29 times this year. A big hole for Montgomery. He's got the first down all the way out to the 44, then fumbles the football, and it looks like the Cougars got it back. 28 yards in the run by Montgomery, but they cannot be minus anything in turnovers to have a chance to beat number 12 Stanford.
And this is the story of this team throughout this season. They're much more competitive in the Pac-10. They make plays. They've been in games against UCLA. A lot of teams, including the Stanford coaching staff, felt they should have won, but it's because of fumbles and turnovers where they have not been able to block.
Third down. Luck going for the screen, but has it picked off. An interception by Washington State's Kevin Koyman.
Kevin Koyman, the fifth-year senior out of Tacoma High School. A great play of recognizing the screen. Stanford does this a lot. You can tell their fifth-year senior watches a lot of film. He sniffed it out, did a great job of acting as though he was caught on the play. He retreated, made a great interception, and now the momentum is on. Be in the game in the second, third, fourth quarter and have a chance to beat you.
Marcus Richmond, the new running back in the game. He is a fourth-string running back behind Montgomery, Winston, and Mitch. Toole fires, completes it, first down to Carstetter.
And Toole threw that ball on a rope. You could tell he's playing with some confidence to his favorite target in Carstetter, especially in Pac-10.
They've got the double tight end look with a fullback in the game. That's Halston Higgins. Toole's going to throw instead. And what a fine catch and throw by Toole to Carstetter.
And that's what they did all summer long. Early in the morning throwing sessions, late night 7-on-7 drills, where these two young men found a great rapport with each other. A simple fade route. He throws it to the back shoulder of his receiver. He leans into the DB a little bit, pushes off Tad at the end. First down, and they are in the red zone, playing extremely confident right now on offense.
Zone. Pressure from the Cardinal. Toole steps up. Carstetter, touchdown, Cougars!
What a play, what a catch from Toole to Carstetter. Single coverage, a simple slant route. He's pressing the line of scrimmage. Carstetter, a physical guy at 208 pounds, simply pushed the receiver, found separation for a touchdown. And the best part of that whole play, Steve, was the sideline and how every player simply erupted after that touchdown.
College football, checking out their two deep. 22 of their top 44 on offense and defense are freshmen and sophomores. A lot of newcomers as Paul Wolf trying to change the culture. They swing it out to the right side, and Zach Ertz is cut down. And again, the Cougars fast to the football.
They're bringing pressure from a variety of angles on Andrew Luck, and they need to do that just to keep him off guard. He's so good when he sets his feet. They bring pressure off the edge on the play-action pass, and all of a sudden Luck not only has to step up, but has to go to his third receiver as he gets hit in the backfield. An impressive job by that defense, and their middle linebacker, C.J. Mizell, got a late hit right there.
Toole sets up, fires, and completes the pass. Oh, man, looked like when he caught the football, he had the first down. Then Carstetter jumped back a step, and that may have cost him the first down. He also comes up injured as Batamose tackled him low and hurt his right leg.
He was a hair short, didn't need to come back before the chains.
They're 1-6. Go for it.
Oh, you've got to go for it here on fourth. Toole steps up in the pocket, delivers a strike just a little bit short. Washington State staff does not like the spot.
8. leading by 10. The offensive line is really protecting him well. He's going downfield. Doug Baldwin has it knocked away. Great recovery by Deion Buchanan to get his right hand on it. That looked like 6.
Doug Baldwin, a simple post route he ran on Buchanan. A great route as he beat him easily on the post. The ball a little bit late, and Buchanan showing his skills and his speed as a true freshman, catching up and getting that left hand in at the last possible moment. A huge play for Washington State.
These are and then his running backs also put the ball on the ground twice.
And they compare him to Drew Bledsoe for their first 7 games in their careers as starters as sophomore seasons, and they're very equal in numbers. In fact, Toole's a little bit better with only, well, now he has 8 interceptions throughout these games, but he's a player, he's the future of this program, and right now in this drive, they would need.
Drew Bledsoe is outstanding quarterback for the Washington State Cougars, and as a true freshman threw for 385 yards. That still is a Cougar record. Number 2 on that list, Jeff Toole.
Simply dynamic player, and just to be compared to him is an honor. And the physicality, it starts on their offensive line, but also their quarterback. Against USC, there was a fumble picked up by Sharice Wright, and boom, out of nowhere came number 12, and he lit up Sharice Wright, and that was a game-turning play right there, because that's
1 touchdown, but 2 tough interceptions. Now he dumps it off to his running back, and this is Marcus Richmond, who come easy. He was born and raised in Davis, California, and then went to Washington State, where he played for Dennis Erickson. There's Carstetter with a fine catch. I like this guy as a wide receiver. His savvy's really uncommon.
He does so many of the little things right there on that catch. He uses his left arm to push in a little bit to the defensive back, and the last second moves out to make the catch. When you're a quarterback, your favorite route is throwing this fade. As you can see, Carson right at the last second with that left arm, a simple.
The Apple Cup a few years ago as a freshman had a huge 48-yard catch that set up a game-tying field goal. And there's the throw in the end zone and a touchdown for Marcus Richmond. He's the fourth-string senior running back. Way to go, Marcus.
A simple fake right out of the backfield, runs a little wheel route, but inside the seam, a great catch.
Wow. And then Barkley will be coming back. Nick Foles will be coming back. That's not Nick that you see right there, and Jeff Toole. But how about guys like Jordan Wynn of Utah? We saw him against Iowa State, and that young man just has uncommon savvy.
He's a special player, and a lot of these guys they're so young, but they're so old in terms of football knowledge. They do so many things in the offseason and spring practice.
Zoo, and they're unbeaten, and if they pull the upset, you'll have to change the face of Jones to a Blaine Gabbert. Here's Marquise Wilson, the first Heisman candidate, but I love Brian Broyles, the wide receiver for Landry Jones. Now they'll run Carl Winston down the left sideline, and finally knocked out of bounds by Austin Yancey and Chike Amajoy. Toole going deep, just threw it for grabs. Wilson tries to come up with it, and a flag goes down as Wilson goes down inside the 5-yard line. And it looks like Marquise is hurt. He's slow in getting up.
He's a special player on this offense. I'm kind of surprised he's not playing at Stanford, another school in the Pac-10.
Pass interference on the defense, number 27. That penalty's declined. First down.
Talked to Jeff Toole earlier this week. He said, sometimes I just throw it up for Wilson. I mean, he's a freak when it comes to being an athlete. And he's been doing it the last few games against Arizona. 6 grabs for over 100 yards.
Now another safety rolls over for Stanford. Toole rolls left, looking for Carstetter. He's there. Touchdown!
Carstetter does such an incredible job with his body when he gets against a defensive back. He always creates a little contact, but uses his momentum to create momentum the opposite way to get open. You'll see it right here. A simple play fake by Toole. Carstetter gets into the DB, pushes off a tad, and makes the grab for a touchdown. He kind of double catches it, but he's so good at using his body. About the promise of Washington State and the potential of Stanford as this Pac-10 season continues on.
all of these freshmen and sophomores. Wazoo will be sophomores and juniors. And that's when they'll start pulling the upsets. They still will have a pretty rugged non-conference schedule next year when Washington State has to play the likes of UNLV and San Diego State. Toole will keep it. They also get
trust and accountability. Those two words. If we could not trust our performance, trust each other, trust our teammates, and then hold ourselves accountable to our performances, we don't have a chance.
Toole eludes the sack, goes deep. There's Wilson. Look at this. They keep on playing. 74 yards from Toole to Marquise Wilson. That's accountability.
That is accountability. That is never quitting. Marquise Wilson, a huge recruit for them out of the Fresno area. He gets behind the defender. A big touchdown and a beautiful throw by Jeff Toole. When you look at this program, they've got playmakers. They need a few other players, and they'll get this machine rolling. But look at Jeff Toole stepping up in the pocket, avoiding the hit, and then throwing a perfect pass on a go route. And that is simply saying, Steve, I'm faster than you. I'm better than you. Throw it up. I'm going to go catch it for a touchdown.
98 yards and 4. And now they're talking Luck and Toole. And the Pac-10 has always been about the great quarterbacks. Let's go down to Samantha Steele, who's with Andrew Luck.
Congratulations, Andrew. First off, what did you just say to Jeff Toole?
He's a hell of a quarterback. You know, I got to know him over the summer at the Manning Passing Academy, and just told him, you know, what a great job he did on the field. I have a lot of respect for him, and you know, I look forward to playing him again down the road.